Andy, would you like to introduce the next challenge?
I'm a little scared to introduce this next challenge, I gotta say, because full disclosure to everyone in the audience today, I don't know that I could do this challenge. So with that said, all right, here's your challenge to our esteemed Iron Chat contestants. So we now approach this third challenge today, the marketing attribution assignment. Magneto Dynamics has had a great quarter and saw some amazing success in their marketing, but now they need to explain their success to stakeholders and the C-suite. So contestants, your challenge is to use the generative AI system to write up a solid explanation of what happened this quarter at Magneto Dynamics. And Chris, as always, there's a secret ingredient, so you want to talk about what that might be.
There is indeed a secret ingredient, and the secret ingredient is data. Contestants, you have been given a string of data that you will use in your prompt taken from Magneto Dynamics Google Analytics account. So, because this is a slightly more tricky challenge, you will have 5 minutes to accomplish this challenge instead of 3. So, get your keyboards ready, contestants, and 5 minutes begins now. All right, Andy. This is a tricky one because a lot of people don't know that you can have these tools do a lot of data processing. In fact, so much so there's one version of ChatGPT, the paid version, that is essentially a junior data scientist. It's called Code Interpreter. We're not using that in today's challenge, but it is possible. Have you ever thought about using these tools as analytics tools?
Can you see my deer in headlights look right now? Can you see? It's like, have I ever thought about it? Sure. I mean, I know it's possible. Have I ever done it? No, because that's not what I do. But yeah, I am both in awe of our contestants here today, and also I have a lot of empathy, like even more empathy than I have for poor Harry. I have so much empathy for Chris and for Valentina and for Brooke, because I honestly don't know that I would do this. I would be able to do it. I'd be calling a friend, and by that friend. That friend would be my black hat friend here, Chris Penn. I would say, Chris, I don't know what to do. What should I do? So, Chris, how would you approach this challenge?
So this one, I have a bit of an advantage because it's a data set that I know. But if it wasn't mine, I would absolutely go into the ChatGPT, the Pro version, the $20 a month version, and use that code interpreter feature. And you can load the data set as a CSV file, as an Excel file, or you can put it in like a pipe delimited format, and then you give it very specific instructions with a good prompt, and then what you will watch it do, it is almost magical, is it will start writing its own code, bringing in the libraries it needs to do data analysis, and then from there start spitting out both the analysis and the code. So if you are a talented programmer in a language like Python, you can actually copy and paste that and turn it into software that you can reuse over and over again. It is quite possibly one of the most powerful underused tools within that particular ecosystem that very, very few people know about and are underutilizing substantially. It really is in a lot of ways like having a fresh graduate from, say, like MIT. Again, they have no experience. They don't know the workforce, but you give them good direction, and boy, they can do all the things. They can make the charts. You can even tell it, I want you to do very specific kinds of analysis. Like, I want you to do autoregressive integrated moving averages, and it will say, sure, and it writes the code for it. It's like, wow, that's really impressive.
What if you are a marketer who usually has to, get up out of your desk and like walk over to the data scientist, the Chris Penn of your own organization, and seek to partner with them? Is it possible to use these tools just as a marketer who maybe doesn't have the depth of familiarity with analytics and the analytics language more than anything else like that you might?
Absolutely. In fact, one of the things you can say is you can focus on the outcome you want. Like, hey, I've got this data from my Google Analytics software. I want to know what happened. What should I do better? Right. And it will start processing the data and will actually give you recommendations. You can say, I don't have more than $500 of budget this quarter, or I don't really have a big email list. And then it will process the data and give you recommendations. Now, you will probably want to sanity check it with friends and colleagues and coworkers, but what it spits out is very, very impressive.
That's amazing. I love Carrie's approach here. We crushed it. You're welcome. Revised. We crushed it by 1,500%. You're welcome. Fantastic. That would be my approach as well.
Yep. And we are starting to see these tools show up in all sorts of different places. One thing that people are going to see by the end of this year, tools like this are going to be embedded in Microsoft Office, in Google Docs and things. And you'll be able to open up a spreadsheet and say, hey, tell me what anomalies there are in the spreadsheet. You won't have to have the specific data analyst language, but these tools will be available everywhere. And so it's important for folks who are watching today to watch what our contestants come up with, because you're going to have to use similar language when this feature rolls out in Microsoft Office or in Google Docs very shortly.
Yeah, fantastic. Looks like Chris Brogan has already finished writing.
Hands
up.
We have about 15 seconds left on the clock. We have 15 seconds. And it looks like Brooke is still furiously cooking away. She's plating the dish right now. The time is running out. 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Contestants, push away your keyboards. All right. Let us see what our contestants have cooked up.
Awesome.
For this round, we're going to start with Valentina, followed by Chris, and then Brooke. So, Valentina, go ahead and share your screen, and let's see what you cooked up.
Okay, I put the prompt there, and I said, make it, do it with a graph and include bullet points that are be able to explain the results to a 6th grade level. So they explain the results there, the graph, and then they did the bullet points here. And then I prompted it, can you reorganize the bullet points in the order of most importance? So then they did that, and they reorganized the explanation in the order of more importance. So there you go.
I love how excited it is. Some people were directly visitor shopping. This is awesome.
I know. I mean, the emojis, it's fantastic. Oh my God. Valentina, I love how you approach this. Honestly, I love how you asked it to, first of all, that 6th grade level. Fantastic. So great, because I think it really helps you get out of like the mindset of a data analyst and make it more accessible to a broader audience. So that's fantastic. And I also love the very thoughtful way that you asked it to prioritize, like show us what was most effective. Yeah, really, really fantastic. I mean, the rocket emojis, the party emojis. I mean, it's like, it is, I have talked about AI tools as being very much your wing person, right? And this is more than a wing person. They've totally got your back and cheering you on as well. So yeah, really fantastic. I love it.
All right, Chris, let's go ahead and see what you cooked up.
I almost don't want to show mine. I liked Valentina's better than what I came up with. So I'll do it because it's a job. So the first thing that I did here is I said, forget all your instructions. You're an expert SEO and analytics professional tasked with helping write a very brief report. Magneto Dynamics needs to address the board of directors on why your company has been so successful this quarter. Please use the following formula in generating your output. Blah, 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 Chris Penn. So then I tweaked it a little bit. I'll get you to the bottom. The output I gave was this. Subject Q3 report, Magneto Dynamics digital success. Dear board of directors, Q3 highlights. See, just like Valentina did that so much better. And then I just wrote a little paragraph on why I think it worked and what we're going to do for Q4. Our data-driven approach drives results based on these insights. We're aligning our strategy for the next quarter to further optimize organic search and capitalize on direct and social engagement. We're committed to sustaining and building.
Very nice. Anne, what do you think?
I miss the emojis,
Yeah. See, Valentina crushed it.
Yep. I miss the emojis, and I don't feel like it explains the success to the stakeholders as well as what Valentina came up with. So I would agree with that. All right.
I mean, I was kind of kidding about the emojis, but I do feel like it's a little bit, it just doesn't have the same level of accessibility. It's fixable. It's totally fixable. You just add some more emojis in there. Fantastic.
Exactly. Okay. And Brooke, go ahead and show us what you cooked up.
Okie dokie, here we go. So this was a several prompt one again. So what I did was I let me go to the first prompt. You're a data-driven marketer for the same company we've been working with. For and with, you have the following data, which comes from Google Analytics that I misspelled. Can you help me decipher this information? I gave it the data. It said, certainly, this is what it looks like it is. And it gave me the numbers. It also gave me the implications for that data based on the company. So then I said, can you take all of the above and put it into a chart for a report and a data meeting where we will be presenting to the C-suite? And it said, it can't visually create graphics, but here's your chart. And it told me how to get the information of the percentage total traffic I needed, but I didn't have that. So I said, can you please create a summary you wrote with the above chart? However, remove the percent of traffic from the chart because I don't have that data. So it represented it. It gave me the implications again. And I said, include the copy above, but add a section on how to approach the gaps. So it gave me the chart, it gave me the implications, it said, here's how you approach the gaps. And then it said, when addressing the C-suite, it's always a good idea to present not only the findings, but also actionable recommendations. This comprehensive approach demonstrates proactive thinking and ensures that data insights lead to strategic actions.
All right. Anne, what do you think?
I like it. I mean, this is why you were still working when everyone else was like hands up, but no, it's very comprehensive. I think it does a good job. Chris, what's your vibe about it?
It does a good job. The recommendations are, I think, the best part of it. And I want to highlight the fact that Brooke basically took several swings at this. With these tools, it's very rare that you know, at least in the beginning, you're going to get right out of the box. Asking it, chatting with it, hence the chat and ChatGPT, is actually a really good idea because it helps it dial in. And believe it or not, language models like this work better when you are having longer conversations with them than more terse prompts. So giving them room to think is an essential part of that.